Om Ajnana-timirandasya Gyananjana Shalakaya Chakshurum militam yena tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha Shri Chaitanya Manubhistam Stapitam yena bhutale Svayam Rupa Kadamahayam Dadati Shvapadantikam Nārāyaṇam namaskritya naram chaivo narottamam devim sarasvatim vyasam tato jayam udirayat shrinvatam svakata Krishna punnashravana kirtanam ridyantastoya bhadrani vidunoti suritsatam nashtaprayesu abhadreshu nitam bhagavata sevaya bhagavate uttamas. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Hare Kṛṣṇa. I pray Srila Prabhupada. So if I mispronounce something, Bhakti Chaitanya Maharaj, please be merciful and correct me. So we are reading from Srimad Bhagavatam, 6th canto, 3rd chapter. The verse is number 31, right? Okay. Yamaraj instructs his messengers. Tasmat saṅkīrtanam Vishnor Jagan Mangalam Amasam Niskritam Tasmat saṅkīrtanam Vishnor Jagan Mangalam Hamasam Mahatam Apikoravya Vidyaikantika Nishkritam Tasmat saṅkīrtanam Vishnor Jagan Manskritam. Tasmat saṅkīrtanam Vishnor Jagan Mangalam Amasam Mahatam Apikoravya Vidyaikantika Nishkritam Tasmat saṅkīrtanam Vidyaikantika Nishkritam Tasmat saṅkīrtanam Vishnor Jagan Mangalam Hamasam Mahatam Apikoravya Vidyaikantika Nishkritam. Vaishnavis. Tasmat saṅkīrtanam Vishnor Jagan Mangalam Amasam Mahatam Apikoravya Vidyaikantika Nishkritam. Tasmat, therefore, saṅkīrtanam, the congregational chanting of the holy name, atonement. Translation. Śukadeva Gosvāmī continued, My dear king, the chanting of the holy name of the Lord is able to uproot even the reactions of the greatest sins. Therefore, the chanting of the saṅkīrtana movement is the most auspicious activity in the entire universe. Please try to understand this so that others will take it seriously. Purport by Srila Prabhupada. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. We should note that although Ajāmila chanted the name of Nārāyaṇa imperfectly, he was delivered from all sinful reactions. The chanting of the holy name is so auspicious that he can free everyone from the reactions of sinful activities. One should not conclude that one might continue to sin with the intention of chanting Hare Kṛṣṇa to neutralize the reactions. Rather, one should be very careful to be free from all sins and never think of counteracting sinful activities by chanting the Hare Kṛṣṇa mantra, for this is another offense. If by chance a devotee accidentally performs some sinful activity, the Lord will excuse him, but one should not intentionally perform sinful acts. Śukadeva Gosvāmī continued, "My dear king, the chanting of the holy name of the Lord is able to uproot even the reactions of the greatest sins. Therefore, the chanting of the saṅkīrtana movement is the most auspicious activity in the entire universe. Please try to understand this so that others will take it seriously." Mukam karoti vachalam pangurlangayate girim yat kripatamaham bande Shri Gurum dinatarinam paramananda madhavam Sri Chaitanyam Ishwaram. Spiritual world and is absolutely pure, totally, completely liberated, nothing to do with the material world, and is like a touchstone. Whoever this holy name touches, the Nam Prabhu touches, becomes purified. The name is the most merciful incarnation of the Lord. It comes on everyone's mouth, lips, even the most degraded lips, mouth, they've done anything horrible, eaten anything, or even, it doesn't mind. Is like a very caring, loving parent. When you have loving, caring parents, mother, father, they take care of the child. Even when the child, is passing stool or, doing something crazy, or even when the child commits offenses to the parents. Now they're always there to full-heartedly take care of the child. The child may become angry at the parents, may want to reject the parents even, may have, a whimsical attitude, maintain habits that the parents don't want him to maintain, but the parents are always there with an open heart to give shelter to the child. That's natural. It is their natural loving propensity. So that's the holy name. The holy name is with us even when we commit offenses. Even when we have hesitations, asat trishna, hridaya durbalyam, aparad, swaswarupa prapta, whatever, the situation is the holy name will not give us up. And it will destroy gradually, will destroy anything that is inauspicious within our hearts. Just like parents, again I'm giving the example. Not that I'm giving this example so that some of you say, oh, mama, goes back to mama and papa, it's, after hearing the class. So, but, why do the parents have such a open-hearted attitude toward their son or daughter? Because they see the progression that he or she will make. He'll become mature. He will understand that even when we chastised him or we took care of him or we forbade him to do, it's the basis for our staying in this material world. This resentment, this envy, resentment, that is the center, and we are, subordinate. That's the basis for our being here. Even that will be cancelled from our heart. It will be taken away. And it's miraculous, because the example is given of a pot where you put some liquor inside. How are you going to get rid of the scent of the liquor from that pot? The pot has sort of absorbed some of that, odor or liquor, how are you going to be, purified completely? The holy name can do that. It can take out from our Hridaya Kandara, from the cave of our heart, even the innermost form of resentment or envy towards the personality of Godhead. And it's really miraculous because when you envy someone, how are you going to be able to love him purely again? It's really a miracle if that happens. But the holy name can enact this miracle within the heart. It's like the most loving parent. Now, even the most loving, open-hearted parent sometimes has to give up his child, has to sever the relationship. When and how that can happen? And develops a mentality, a cheating mentality, to exploit the parents, to cheat them for his sense gratification, and exploiting the parents. That's Namo Baladhyasya Ipapa Buddhi in relation to the holy name. If one develops the mentality that the holy name is so merciful, the holy name is so kind, it comes with me everywhere, he'll never give me up, is somehow or other Krishna has this attitude of compassion, of being the benefactor. Suridam Sarvabhutanam is the real friend, I will exploit this nature of his and, take advantage of it and them, really massacre, with a friend to get their money and putting up like it had been some robbery or somebody had come in and killed them. Not true. They had done it purposely, in a premeditated way, exploiting their loving propensity toward him, the son he killed, to get their wealth. So that's Namno Baladhyasya Ipapa Buddhi. That's why it's considered the worst offense. Because you're taking advantage of Krishna's affection for you to cheat him. If you do that, and that implies premeditation. There are unpremeditated sins and premeditated sins. An unpremeditated sin, Kaunteya Pratijani Bhakta Pranasi, even Apichetsu Duracharo. Duracharo, the worst thing, Krishna said, don't worry, I don't treat. If someone has an accidental fall down and you go and, get on his case for that or criticize him, it's one of the 4 types of offenses to a devotee. So Krishna is really clear about unpremeditated sin, accidental sinning. But premeditated, when you scheme how to exploit his sweet and merciful nature. Hare Kṛṣṇa. Then that's terrible. That's really terrible. Why? Why that kind of sin is the kind of sin that may keep someone going and chanting for millions of lifetimes and not becoming purified? Because the intelligence has been corrupted. The desire, the way that your relationship, when you develop an habit of cheating and pretension, to go back to a pure way of loving, a pure loving relation, that's very difficult. Sometimes you see couples in the world, because they have cheated each other for a long time, they can't go back to, let's go back and have a second honeymoon, in the age of, see, whatever, let's go here, let's go there. But they have cheated each other in some ways. Not every couple is like this, hopefully, but, and then it's very difficult to go back to a pristine, loving relationship. It's, because, you got all the past that happened, all the cheatings that have been going on in the past. So it becomes very difficult. And one has developed the habit of pretending to divine comedy written by a writer, in the 13th century, 14th century in Italy, Dante Alighieri. Is a famous, the famous thing. And so he describes the heaven, let's say, the upper planets, the middle planets, and the hell. He describes, quite in detail, actually, with, he's got some vision. So, and in the lowest hell, where, the devil is, Luciferus is, he has 3 guys that he's personally taking care of. He takes, there's many other demons that take care of many other guys. But these 3 people, they are taken care specifically by the big demon. And they are Judas, because he betrayed Jesus Christ, for 30 gold coins or whatever, silver or whatever there was. Then you have Brutus, the one who betrayed Julius Caesar, and Cassio, the other guy who betrayed Julius Caesar. Because these 2 guys, Bruto and Cassio, they were grown as children by Julius Caesar. He grew them, as his own children. Even though Brutus wasn't his real son, his blood son, he grew him up with so much love as his son. And he is the one, with Cassio and another few guys, that went to stab him and killed him. So there is the famous phrase, "Quoque tu, Bruto, fili mi," Even you, Brutus, when he was dying, he said, "Even you, Brutus, my son." So that's the example of someone who betrays his benefactor, someone who loves him. So they are sent, they're put in the worst hell, So who is our benefactor? The holy name. He has come in no hard, fast, and rule for chanting. It goes to everyone. It purifies even the trees and the animals. Prabhupada said, he purifies the ants and the microbes. It's so merciful. It's so beneficial for everyone. And we know the Hare Kṛṣṇa is Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, Hare Ram is Nityananda Prabhu. So they have come just to give benefit, just to expand this loving, compassionate feeling for everyone. Anarpita charim chirat karuna yavatil. Karuna, with compassion, in an unprecedented way. And if we try to cheat them, we can't think, but Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is the form of mercy. I can go on sinning, He'll come, I've done some. Have you ever heard this thing, I've done 20 years of service, or 30 years of service, or 40 years of service. A god brother of mine once told me, Then he ended up well, I have to say. But many years ago, 30 years ago, he said, "Come on, Madhu, I give him my youth, I give him the best part of my life. Now I want to go and get sense gratification." I told him, "Be careful, don't do that, thinking that I have acquired qualifications because of my service, as an old devotee. Now I can go, and somehow or other get the pension of my devotion." Compromise our position with Chaitanya and Nityananda if we commit this particular offense, which is considered to be the worst practically, because the premeditation is there. You follow? When you go to court, if you have committed a crime, they have to see whether it was accidental, it was, done with, dolo, will, or it was premeditated. If it was premeditated, it's the worst. You get the worst judgment. So, we have to be extremely careful, because this is the way we can compromise our, the mercy that we have obtained from Chaitanya Nityananda. And we have to be careful, even if we are at the elevated stage of the chanting of the name. It is said again in the Harinam Chintamani, that even if one is at the stage of namabhas, and not necessarily pratibimba namabhas, which is a reflection of the shadow of the holy name. You fall down even at the stage of namabhas. What to speak if you're still in the age of namaparad, stage of namaparad. So one has to be extremely careful, extremely careful. Bad association, bad association is like the boy that goes to school. That guy that I mentioned before in Italy, he's the friend of his said, "Oh, your parents are so rich, why they give you so little money? We could get more money. Could get more money." And but still, the idea, by association, he cultivated the idea, and with his friend, they killed them, massacred them, so to get their money, the inheritance. So, so by association, even one has reached, etc. But you're not free yet. You're not free. To be free from your debts doesn't mean that the tendency to acquire more debts will not manifest if you're not very careful. So we have to be extremely careful. Association is what can kill our spiritual progress or can protect us. Niskinchanasya Bhagavad Bhajanon Mukasya Paramparam Jigamisor Bhava Sagarasya Sadarshanam Bisainam Matayositam Chaha Hanta Hanta Bisa Bhaksanatopia Sadhu. Yeah, the Shastras are very heavy about it. Stick people is like bisa, like drinking poison. Very heavy. So let's be careful and let's not sit on our, let's say, allori. I don't know, it's an Italian word. Don't sit on our successes. Even if you chant and the attraction and steadiness, etc., in the chanting, careful with association, because the association may corrupt the intelligence, and that may be causing a fall down. We will only be safe when we'll be at the stage of pure Suddhanam, chanting purely of the Vaishnavas, protection of his spiritual master, the Vaishnavas, because it is this bad association. You have acquired some attachment to the holy name, some progression in chanting. They come and steal it. They come and take it away. So you need bodyguards. You really need bodyguards, and the bodyguards are the Vaishnavas. So in the Harinam Chintamani they said that, you go and pray the Vaishnavas, you take their protection. Krishna will protect you. The holy name will protect you. But if you have offended the holy name in this way, for some, unconfessable reason or whatever it is, something has happened, bad association caused it or whatever, then go and humbly ask for the protection of the Vaishnavas and chant with them, chant the holy name with them, and that will purify your heart. Because more merciful than the holy name are those who purely chant the holy name. The servants of the holy name, of the Nam Prabhu. Okay, thank you very much.
I could just make one little comment. Once, it was actually in 1974, Srila Prabhupada says there, if you commit the seva aparads, then the effects will be removed just by your ongoing practice of devotional service.
Right.
But then Prabhupada lists out the 10 offenses for the holy names. And Prabhupada says that, however, if you commit these 10 offenses, you cannot become freed from the reactions. The words to that effect, it's there in Nectar of Devotion. So this devotee, he read this out, a few sentences, and he said, Srila Prabhupada, isn't there some way we can become free from the reactions to these 10 offenses. Can't we do something? And Prabhupada looked at him for a few seconds, and Srila Prabhupada said, "You are asking this question because you want to offend."
Right.
You want to offend, and then you want to just do something and just get free from the results or reactions of the offense. And Prabhupada said, so you must not do that. You must stop offending. No more offenses. It's a very interesting experience.
Oh, yes. Thank you, Maharaj. Thank you so much.
Hare Kṛṣṇa.
He was hinting to that Namno Baladyasya Papa Buddhi Prabhupada. He was saying, so you want to commit offenses and then be able to remove them.
Right.
That's, technically. Yeah, that's the problem. Thank you. Any other comments or questions?
While you were giving your class, it occurred to me that this offense against the holy name, sinning on the strength of chanting, seems very similar to the kind of cheating that Narada described to Vyas when people, they'll take up religious activities just to commit, just for their sense gratification, and then commit sinful activities. So what I'm wondering is if there's any relationship between these two phenomena, this chanting on the strength of, sinning on the strength of chanting the holy name, and then just taking up religious activities for sense gratification.
Yeah, of course, there. A cheating plan to utilize, to exploit the religious activity, even though it will produce, beautiful results. If, he wanted to become better than Brahma. I mean, he really was ambitious. So, and we know the story, underwent penances, and there was his determination and his goal, and but because there was no malice, there was no envy in his heart, there was just some material desires. They got purified by the mercy of Krishna Garba, of the Lord. So he saw them as broken pieces of glass. Now, different is someone that says, wow, the holy name can really destroy all the sinful reactions. Oh, and so I can go on sinning, and that will destroy it. So he has a premeditated plan to exploit devotional service, Hare Kṛṣṇa, to exploit devotional service, to exploit Bhakti Devi, to exploit the holy name for, so that's malicious. That's maliciousness. You say maliciousness? Yeah, that's maliciousness. That's an envious attitude, or you say exploitive attitude within the heart. Then that's worse. That's worse. That's the difference. So one is what you could say innocent, ignorant, innocent, but not malicious, The other one is, has got an exploitative, attitude, and some malice within the heart. Like the Mayavadis, they may even come to the stage of Namabhas, just chanting, Pratibimba Nama. That means they get some kind of photocopy of what the Namabhas, real Namabhas is. And very difficult for someone. Why? Because their purpose for chanting is to kill Krishna, is to annihilate his personality. So even they may get some symptoms of ecstasy, which sometimes come in the Namabhasa stage, is described, then they're going nowhere. They're going nowhere. They will, they'll fall down. So that's the difference. And in order to have the right attitude, a real surrender attitude to Guru and Krishna, to the acharyas, a real surrendered attitude that will maintain the motivation in the heart pure. And so that's the difference. Okay? So thank you very much. I think we'll have to close down now. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Srimad Bhagavatam Grantharaj ki jai. Shinitai Gaur Premanande Hari Hari Bo.
Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Daya kar mare Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Daya kar mare Tuma bina के दयालु जगत संसारे तोमा बिना के दयालु जगत संसारे पतित पावन हेतु तब अवतार पतित
तब अवतार पतित पावन हेतु तब अवतार हाँ हाँ प्रभु नित्यानंद